Namaste and Jai Sonia, everyone. It is absolutely wonderful to have you all over here. Most heartiest welcome to all of you. It is our 20th anniversary, and what better way to celebrate that year to have our very first AVM alumni meet. When we thought about this, getting all of you together, um, the reasons behind holding an alumni meet. The first reasons were obviously extremely selfish. The most obvious reason was, whether you believe it or not, we missed you all. We really wanted to see you. Many of you we have not seen for so many years. Some of you do come and visit us occasionally. But really, we missed all of you, each and every one of you. And that's the reason, the most important reason where we thought we'll hold an AVM alumni meet. Now, granted, this is a very selfish reason. We had another very selfish reason. We would want to be involved in your lives. We want to share your successes, your joy. We would also want to share your struggles and your sorrows. Because you are part of our family. And that's what, gives joys to family. And that was the second selfish reason to have you all come over here. But then we thought, you're traveling such large distances. All of you, or most of you, are well settled. Time is a huge constraint. You are going through phases, some of you are going through phases in your life where giving time to family also is a challenge because circumstances are such. We understand that, and some of you have to travel so far, job restrictions, academic challenges, social challenges, many reasons which would make it extremely difficult for you to travel over here. And we thought we have to do something which will make your visit over here worthwhile. So, from our side, to make sure that you get the most out of this visit, we thought of two things, two words exactly. One is reconnect, and the second one is recalibrate. We're hoping that with these two messages, when you leave over here, your visit would be fruitful. And you would have, it would definitely make a constructive change in your life. So, what do I mean by reconnect? Obviously, alumni meets, gatherings are to network and reconnect. But what we mean is to reconnect with Swami Shri. You all have been here, some of you 12 years, some of you 2 years. And all of you understand this very well, that the heart of the school is Swami Shri. And we wanted you to reconnect with Swami Shri. Reconnect with Swami Shri's vision for you. Reconnect with Swami Shri's efforts behind you. And as a result, maybe motivate yourself to recalibrate your life, to become better, to seek higher goals, to set better standards for yourselves. So in our endeavor, our program is going to be centered around this. What I would like to share is, Swami Shri's personalized efforts. Again, particularly the first two batches are exceptionally aware of this. But I would like to add some context to that. When we think of Swami Shri, we think of an epitome of love, Prem Nimurti. That is our first vision which comes in our mind when we think of Swamiji. And Swami Shri was so much more than that. But this is where, as any person who has been in touch with Swami Shri, this is where our thinking ends. That Swamiji, anytime you'd want to go to see him, what you experience is love, nothing else. But as AVM students, we are special. And again, we need to reconnect why we are so special. We need to do that from time to time. And the context to that is the personalized care, the personalized perseverance Swami Shri has put behind this place. From batches 2015 to 2020 or 22, all of us have been part of one or two major Samaya, either the 2015 Yuva Mahotsav or the 2020 Yuva Mahotsav. We had 7 batches which participated in those. And when you see that, it puts in context. कि आपने Swami Shri समय आपता. But how many places had to give, how many people were we sharing that time with? When Swami Shri, and we would have noticed, there were close to 250,000 people who were eagerly, desperately waiting to have a connect with Swami Shri. And in those days, Swami Shri has given time to Atmiya Vidya Mandir. He has given priority. Can you imagine that? Over 250,000 individuals. And he has given priority to 500. And this puts in context when you think of Swami Shri's work as a whole. Right? The amount of time he has spent. Swami Shri started this school when he was 70 years old. At the age of 70, you are in the retirement phase. You don't start something new. If you start something, it's a hobby. It is not a mission. You don't undertake a mission at the age of 70. You have hobbies. People do that as CSR. People do that just to acquire some fame. Or people feel that, okay, I need to feel good about myself, so let me do something. This is how educational institutes are started by individuals. At the age of 70, Swamiji started this school. Between his age, when Swami Shri was 70 years old, till he was 85, 15 years. In those ages, he has graced this land for more than a third of a year. Can you imagine that? 15 years, a third of a year, physically present over here. And you have to put this in context that there are 250,000 individuals out there waiting for him. But he's given his time over here. This wasn't just a dream for Swami Shri. This was a mission. He had a vision. And after 20 years of the establishment of this school, we ourselves are not exceptionally clear what his vision was, because we cannot fathom. Swami Shri was such an entity that as human beings, we could not understand him completely. And that is why we are so special, that Swamiji has given time. Once in 2007, Swami Shri was in the first Vicharan in South Africa. It was an exceptionally hectic Vicharan because first time he's going there and there wasn't any arrangements. And the day he lands back after that hectic Vicharan of South Africa, typically you have a long foreign trip where you are busy every day. What do you do when you come back? You unwind. You have to relax. Swami Shri lands at Mumbai airport. There are hundreds of people out there waiting for his darshan. They have all seated. Everything is ready. Har, bouquet, everything is ready. Swami Shri comes out. The rest of the staff is still going through customs. Swami Shri comes out first with his jod. He sees everybody sitting there. He just does Jai Swaminarayan to everyone and says, I'm going. And he sits in the car and says, let's go to AVM. In the evening, he travels directly from the airport to Atmiya Vidya Mandir. He reaches here at midnight. Those were the days without cell phones. Swami Shri's third was not arranged. They had to stop at a PCO in between and make a call to say, make arrangements for Swami Shri's Ukado in the evening. But Swamiji arrived here after midnight at AVM. After arrival, what does he do? He has a meeting. He has a meeting with the administrators of the school. Ratna 12:30 vage. Put this in context, right? And then first thing in the morning, he's at the school. He does 2 sabhas in the junior cluster, 2 separate sabhas, grades 1 to 4 and grades 5 to 9. We were discussing Swami Shri's commitment. This is something at least the first 4 or 5 batches have experienced. That when it came to AVM, it superseded everything else. If a child asks Swamiji to come to his room, irrespective of what was his routine, even if he had to leave, he would fulfill that. Now think about this again. Swami Shri, in his 80s, 70s, late 70s and 80s, when again he has over 250,000 individuals to take care of, he had hundreds of people to delegate his responsibilities. He could have asked 10 exceptional educationalists and put 50 santos over here and said, take care of my children. But Swami Shri never did that. He himself participated in this. And why? So this is what I wish all AVM alumni can connect with. Swamiji's vision for AVM students. Swami Shri is a person whom we would call a visionary, pardarshak. Somebody who can see your life, your future. Not somebody who can just foretell your future. Somebody who can craft your future. And when Swami Shri sees all of you, he can see your potential. કે આમને હું કેવા બનાવી શકું એ સ્વામીશ્રીને ખબર હતી. આપણને નથી ખબર. We don't have a clear idea what is our potential. And even if somebody told you by some magic that this is your potential, you would not have any idea how to achieve it. But in Swami Shri, we had one person in our lives who knew exactly what your potential is. And not only that, he had the ability to make you realize that potential. And with that vision, he had started this school. And because of that, he made everything personalized. Every smallest detail of the school he could do. Why would somebody like Swami Shri choose your uniforms? Why would he choose the heights of the urinals? Can you imagine anyone doing that? Anyone starting a school in their 60s and in their 70s and 80s? In his last visit, we may see some smritis of that. When Swami Shri was here, he could barely stand. He was standing right over here. Again, all of you, many of you are at various degrees of success in your life. When you have success, you delegate. Swami Shri has millions of followers. He could easily delegate. But for Atmiya Vidya Mandir, he kept everything himself. Came. Because something he had mentioned, कि तमे अमारा छो. One of the most powerful statements Swami Shri has made over here, the biggest blessings he has given to all AVM family members, every single AVM family members, that tame amara છો. And because આપણે એમના છીએ, આપણું બધું જ જતન, minutest, he took care himself personally. And how did he look at us? So in 2009, Swami Shri had a bypass surgery. Before he had to go for a surgery. Now, we have many medical professionals over here, many. Before you undergo a major surgery, particularly after the age of 75, what is the first advice a surgeon gives? Rest. You need to get your body in shape to be able to withstand the surgery. It's an open heart surgery, not a minor surgery. And doctors had very strictly said, before the surgery, Swamiji needs to rest and he should not speak. Swami Shri invested all of his energy in talking. And doctors had advised that. Just before traveling to Mumbai for his surgery, Swami Shri insisted to stop over at AVM. And we have many students over here who were there at that time, who have witnessed that. They would not have realized what condition Swami Shri was in. And Swami Shri did the shortest gosti. He did 2 gostis on that day. And he did the shortest of gostis because he was asked by the sevaks that Swamiji nathi bolvanu tamare. And what Swamiji mentioned is કે આ લોકો બધા મને બોલવાની ના પાડે છે. પણ કે આ બાળકોના હું દર્શન કરું છું ને, એમાંથી હું ફ્રેશ થઈ જાઉં છું અને મારું શરીર સારું થઈ જાય છે. Can you imagine what kind of vision he had for us? Again, why are we sharing this? We want to reconnect with Swami Shri's vision. For what purpose? Not just for remembrance. What are we going to do with this reconnection? I feel that one thing when you go home, you need to take away with you, is that Swami Shri has invested time in us. Swami Shri 87 વર્ષ ધરતી પર રહ્યા, એક એક ક્ષણ એમની કિંમતી હતી. પણ એ સમય સ્વામીજીએ આપણામાં ઇન્વેસ્ટ કર્યો છે. તો with this fact, what will we do? With this knowledge that Swamiji has invested time, that should give you confidence in life. If you have this knowledge that Swami Shri has invested time in me, what does that mean? That entails that Swamiji has seen something in me. Swami Shri knows my potential, and Swami Shri has worked extremely hard that you will achieve that potential, even if you don't see that. You may be at some stage in your success in life, but I tell you, you are compensating or you are being complacent. Whatever stages of success you are at, right, you need to have this belief that Swamiji has invested in me, which means I need to set even higher goals. I need to set even higher standards than I have already. And in all aspects of your life, not just in your professional life, not just in your academics, you need to set a higher standard of becoming a better son to your parents, a better sibling, a better friend, and most importantly, a better human being. We can be better. And why? We have to be better. Why? Because Swamiji has invested time in us. The last thing I want to mention, and this is what I mean by recalibrating our lives. We take a look at our life and see what are we settling with, what are we letting go, and we need to take a hard look that we cannot settle for ordinary. An AVM student can never be ordinary. Again, why? I'll repeat again. Because Swamiji has invested time in us. We cannot be ordinary. And this is the message I wish all of you can carry with you. One last point. This world, people who are successful individuals, they measure success. How did they achieve success? One is based on talent and second is drive. And you might have come across, hopefully you have come across many individuals, or at least some, who have tremendous drive or tremendous talent. It could be an intellectual talent, it could be a physical talent, it could be an artistic talent, any kind. Or a sheer drive. This what makes a person successful. But when you are successful with your talent and with your drive, it feeds ego. Ek ahankar andar aave. And what does it do on the long run? એ આપણને સુખી ના થવા દે. અને સ્વામીશ્રીનો સૌથી પહેલો અને મોટો સંકલ્પ આપણા બધા માટે કે મારે આ બધાને સુખી કરવા છે. So what should we do? We should thrive for the best. We should set the best standards for ourselves. We should aim for the topmost things. But in doing so, we need two things. We need that drive. And that drive cannot be self-confidence that I'm really smart, I'll be able to do that. That drive has to be that Swamiji has invested in me. That should be the drive which takes you to new heights. And secondly, this is something Swamiji has always taught us. And this is something you will absolutely need when you are successful, because all of us are going to be exceptionally successful. You are going to be successful beyond your dreams. Again, because, Swami Shri has invested in you. But when you achieve success, Swami Shri ek vastu kehta, Bhagwan ne bhulwana nahi. This is not a religious teaching. This is the essence of spirituality. કે બુદ્ધિ ભગવાને આપી છે, સમજણ ભગવાને આપી છે, ટેલેન્ટ ભગવાને આપી છે, એ ભૂલવાનું નહીં. If you have these two things, if your drive is motivated by Swami Shri, and if you believe કે મારી બુદ્ધિ શક્તિ ભગવાને આપી છે, there is no holding back. તમે સક્સેસને પચાવી શકશો. You will be able to digest success. And whatever challenges or struggles or failures come your way, you will be able to face them. એક હસતા હૃદય તમે જીવનની જે બી સંઘર્ષો તમારી સામે આવશે, તમે એને ફેસ કરી શકશો. So, in conclusion, again, I would like to thank all of you for coming over here and giving us the joy of seeing all of you again, giving us the pleasure of being part of your life. You are truly Swami Shri's legacy. Thank you.